and where Yakinda does some of his best work. So odds are pretty good for Vitality, but I'm going to just say it, Harry, I think Outsiders are winning this.
Yeah, dude, I mean, it's a hard one when we look at predictions. It really is. I always look at I mean, dude, like these two teams, I just think are such a coin flip.
Yeah.
Like Outsiders, I would have never said that about them, you know, like in the past, but with how things have gone with this squad, with kind of where we stand, I do feel they've become a little more coin flippy. And for Vitality, it does just kind of feel like it's like a revolving door of who's going to show up on the day, right?
Yeah.
So it's a very hard one to predict. Regardless, neither of these teams were really expected to find themselves in a spot where they're down 0-2. So this is a horrible place to find yourself right now. Outsiders, T-side beginning, Vitality with a quad kind of, I was going to say quad B lean, you know, just 2B early, but a fast rotation out of middle. ZywOo making his way up the short side, and a boost of these dual Berettas on Dupree. They'll get nothing done. ZywOo will hold the line with a bit of help from Masuta. This attempt at the B play from Outsiders has turned very, very sour.
Yeah, I mean, half in, half out. You got to pick your spot, and they didn't want to commit to the B play. James doubles back. Yakinda checks the flank with the bomb. He's here for the round win, right? James only on 10 points of health, so top mid for ZywOo. Good position, but Yakinda's up close, ready and waiting. Oh, he didn't see him. ZywOo going back for more. Yakinda bites and takes his head out. Now that sets him up for the short split if he wants to regroup with James, because Vitality have spread thin.
Yeah, there's still a route back into this. The big worry is, you know, with someone like Apex all the way pushed through Palace, if he does want to go any further than this, if he decides to commit, there is a world where that bomb could find its way up through connector into the A site. Now, I don't think that's going to happen. Not with James in the apartments. This still feels like a late recommit back into this B site. And right now, that's exactly what Vitality are poised for. They're double set up here. And they've spotted Yakinda up the short side. James is one-tapped out of the apartments. And so now it is just Yakinda. First shot connects, but he isn't ready for the second man. Masuta never left. And so that there is a Vitality round.
Oh, was that misunderstanding? Did he think there was only one guy in the bomb site the whole time? That was sneaky. Nice little lean back to B late in the round, but just checked out middle. He saw nothing and just goes and stacks up on the B site with his teammate. Vitality converts a pistol round and a necessity, knowing how Outsiders, they're never down, Harry. They're never out until the game is over. This is a comeback team. We expect to see them playing throughout all 30 rounds of this BO1. For now, for Eco, just a couple of pistols. Yakinda hit some nice shots in that round, so somewhat reassuring for Outsiders. A guy that we need to see in, you know, top form to take down Vitality on this map. Which, you know, historically we look at the Danes on this team, the Extrastralis players, and we go, Mirage, really? But it's been a mainstay, man. Alongside Inferno, it's been the go-to for this French-Danish mix. Outsiders going to crawl into middle, try and let this Deagle come to life. And with Apex checking timings, he could get caught off. But back to Con, spotted, and ooh, he's going for it. That's exactly what Yakinda wanted.
Okay, yeah, Yakinda's looking really nice to open this one up, man. Always a treat. They've got this FAMAS opening pick down here in middle, and now a FAMAS retrieved. Yeah, there is this CT boost up on top of triple. Magis goes up, goes over, and reclaims that kill in mid. The FAMAS is just going to get juggled around from player to player. See, who can find impact? Yakinda's Deagle. No. He don't need the FAMAS. 2 to his name already. ZywOo's going to try it now. Up on top of Ticket, and at least Yakinda's out of the round. You can breathe a little easier now, Vitality.
Yeah, ZywOo only had a pistol in this round. He was playing to save for the orb. They thought this one would come for free, and it really should have. It's only one weapon that's made this even interesting. Kicket's picked up that FAMAS and is trying to cross back into A. He's got the bomb. I'd love to see Kicket throw either the gun or the bomb, get rid of one, because these Glocks aren't going to do much to cover. Flit's got his Deeg. Kicket's just going for the big stick right now. Short is not open, not a worry right now. It's open. Vitality all rotating CT together for the moment. Kicket poised on the headshot angle.
Oh, it's a lot of damage. Would have loved
Glock.
one. Still a Glock kill in the meantime onto ZywOo. And the Deagle of Flit, man, is blessed by Yakinda. Masuta all alone. This is basically a full eco. This is one Deeg that's done this to Vitality. And now Masuta's looking for a way back in, but outsiders aren't giving anything over. They're just playing with him. They're toying with him. He's in his own head, and now he's out of there. Outsiders, they're going to win this round with nothing more than a Deeg. That is ludicrous. It all starts with Yakinda, and it's ended by Jame and Flit finishing what he started over in middle.
Yeah, they bought a P250 that did nothing and a Deagle, and that's it. It was all Yakinda. It was all those double openers that dropped FAMAS and a very awkward post plant where Vitality can't even get back into the bomb site. Those are not easy shots to hit, man, and it screams outsiders in the second round. Excellent shooting. And Jame, even just baiting so hard on the ramp that Masuta knew he couldn't get comfortable enough to stick that bomb. One of two would have fought. One of them would have faced. AWP is now out in round 3 for Jame. The money man's back again. He never left. And ZywOo, who is playing for an AWP in this round as well, on a USP previously. At least that gave him a little bit more money to join Masuta with a rifle in this round. A4 fans. ZywOo is one of them. Heavy setup on the A site, but outsiders still defaulting. They're being given a lot of control. Yakinda's going to take con. ZywOo's timing spot missed, but Yakinda's could be as well. Flicks back, beautiful shooting, and ZywOo is out of the round immediately.
Dupree's got dualies again, but they didn't treat him well in the pistol. Also, this is still so measured from outsiders. Like, Vitality is sweating right now. They're feeling pressure to take these fights. Well, the dual Berettas will finally win them.
All right.
Masuta still an unknown factor back inside of the site, and that's the bomb going in first. Drop now over on the ramp side. We need this activation out of Flit. He's out past the con smoke, and Masuta dies, walking the ramp side. Now Dupree is under such stress. He's going to have to turn on a dime. Knocks Flit out. Oh, Dupree with a follow-up. The Molotov, as it goes in, he goes swinging with it. And Jame, left in this clutch, might go walking to his death. It's a CT swing out of Apex. Vitality with the reply, and Dupree with one hell of a round.
As much as Yakinda won the second with a single deagle buy, it's a double dually investment, Harry, that does it all. Chases down Yakinda. 2 players had already faced him, knowing exactly where he was, and died. But it's the dualies to chase him, grab the AK, and clean up shop with a triple on the A side. That is beautiful for Dupree. And that's what an injection for Vitality, not just a money, but just a momentum. Shutting out that full buy for outsiders with the AWP for Jame, all gone, all thrown to the wind. As Vitality do it back with nothing. Okay, Harry, we got a game on our hands.
Dude, I can't get over that swing from Dupree. Like, he hears the molly getting lobbed out, and he's like, well, I'm either going to burn to death or I try to win it on a wide swing. And he does it, and it looks flawless. Like, it was really clean, and he saved the day for Vitality.
Oh, did they see him? Flit looks so aware right now. ZywOo's dropped down lower. No teammate to boost him. This is a nice gap for Flit. He's making sure that ZywOo can't escape. That flash does give a window away, but he's got a bit of vision in through this box. Molly's a problem. No smoke. He has to fight. He has to commit. And Dupree and ZywOo were double set up, ready for that fight. Triple mid early, and they completely fall back. The one rifle lost. ZywOo hangs around, and it's a double dipping that leaves Vitality full. 5-on-2, and these pistols should just be rid of the round. No problem. PT50s and Glocks when Yakinda's not here. 3-1 for Vitality with 5 alive. They win the Force by Wars. And it's got to be one more eco for outsiders.
Yeah, and I just think, outsiders, they are in like a bit of a weird place, right? Like, all the kind of interviews you've had out of key players, even guys like Yakinda, it hasn't sounded impeccable, internally, right? In terms of what's going on with this team trying to stay together. So I think in a certain way, this team always got by having full faith in the system, in James' system.
Sure.
But I almost feel like for someone like Yakinda, this might be more individualistic than we're used to seeing, right? he's still trying. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he needs to get his name out.
No.
Everyone says like, yeah, dude, he's just a flat upgrade for pretty much any team that would be willing to pick him up. But it's even that knowledge, even the knowledge that your players, you know, people want them. People want these guys.
I think
it's gonna do weird things potentially to this Outsiders squad here in the Legend stage.
Well, that's the question, right? So what does it do to this team, knowing that it might be your final run, right, as a roster? Does that, you know, completely suck the juice out of you and suddenly you're just, you don't really care and you lose motivation, you lose a couple of tilt rounds and you're in your head? Or does it just motivate you knowing, hey, guys, doesn't matter what we do here, it's good enough. You know, let's have fun with it. Let's play loose. Let's be explosive. And some of those factors are what have put Outsiders this deep in Counter-Strike already. ZywOo's barrel gets seen, and that's... Oh, no, it's not a headshot. It's a dink through. ZywOo flicks down and finishes off Yakindar. He should be dead right now. Kickit's dealt one to Apex, at least, coming in from Con. That's, again, Apex pushing into middle and getting caught. Bit awkward, leaves things in a 4-on-4, gives Outsiders a way back in. James still got his AW. Leaning B right now, checking out for deep apps, but Vitality smoke it off, buying more time at the minute mark. Flash for mid, and that's info for dupreeh, but it's misinfo. Flit's still here behind the boxes. There's no Molotovs to clear this position out. Flit loves doing this so late in the round, letting his teammates execute onto a bomb site while he late lurks. Out he goes, but there's another flash, and dupreeh hits it this time around.
Yeah, in a weird way, you know, maybe this helps Kicker get a bit more room, right? You might think you've dealt with the mid lurk, because normally it's Flit there alone. The fact that Kicker's coming in a little bit later now might be an unknown entity, but it still hinges on getting these ramp players out and into the site. Even though Kicker's found success on mid, still on a timer here. James out at ramp, trying to fight back with this bomb. ZywOo needs to offer a helping hand. Smoke in the way, and Magisk with the USP wins the first. ZywOo, 10 points of health versus Kicker. Bomb out in the open, he's going to get that CT plant in. The nade, it's good damage. 1 HP. Kicker still alive by the skin of his teeth. And will that give him the edge? He's getting wrapped, not ready for it. ZywOo follows up with aggression, and Kicker was expecting him to take his time. It's not the case as ZywOo runs him down.
Oh, that's such an unfortunate round for Kicker as well. So many great timings from that conlurk under, like you talked about. But even then, when he went for the bomb, if he stayed on the angle on the smoke a second longer, ZywOo walks into him with 1 health. When Kicker went for the bomb, there was an HE on the ground. He accidentally jumps over it by a millisecond. And right there, again, a nade, you throw it stairs, you win. So Kicker gets very unfortunate, but ZywOo, of course, capitalizes on every factor. 9-3 right now. After not even buying in round 2, well, he is funded up for the big green. Fast out of Palace. This one's heard.
Yeah, it's loud. Oh, Kicker on the ladder. Couldn't help out there. And juggle forward, still in with a chance here. James also late lurking middle, right? Armed with an AK. He's got one of the 2 guns in this round. They're trying to set him up to make a play, but the nades are eliminating the rest of the Outsiders. Seen the barrel, seen the smoke, knows what's happening, but it's ZywOo to get that. Oh, a follow-up from this AWP. ZywOo roaring to life. Only Yakindar left, and he'll get cut down. We're getting a good game out of ZywOo, and a good game out of the Danes.
A good game?
This is a recipe for success for the Vitality squad. This is exactly what they needed. Outsiders going to call their first pause in. They've got some serious problems to address here. This is not the start they wanted. ZywOo's looking fired up. dupreeh and Magisk are playing this like wonderful bit of interplay and synergy between the 2 of them. Oh, dude, it's a sight to behold right now. This is Vitality in their element.
This is animalistic for ZywOo. Primal with that double kill. I don't know how he even turns around. Apex got saved for a second, but I thought even he would be able to get away with that kill. ZywOo steals it and then goes on the double up. That's just sickening. This guy's not missing a beat right now, and Jay may have played up to the power of Mirage earlier on against C9, but boy, Vitality. This is the fear when you take a team of legends and you push them down 0-1, right? It's kind of what we're hoping for to come from FaZe later on, looking a lot better. A kick up the arse is sometimes the best medicine. Vitality come in with a remedy. 6-1 up. ZywOo's out under right now, and he hits the jiggle. That's not supposed to be a kill. And with the smoke down, he's even able to escape. Not for long. James ready for the repeat. ZywOo goes back for more, and yet again it gets punished. can't really blame him with the game he's having. But Apex, man, he is relentless. Again, down lower. He got seen by Kick It there. Wants to get out. Knowing that spot came in, Outsiders might try and crush him. Meanwhile, Mazuta's even trying his hand at aggression. Not done this before. Double B push with Dupree. Buster's holding with the bomb.
Oh, that's a bit of a flick back round, isn't it? It looked like he was going to get caught sleeping at the wheel there. Weren't ready for the second man. However, James is still in under. Could have attempted to trade that, and Apex nutmegs the man in top mid. 55 seconds. Outsiders are fine, playing to the extremities of this clock. They're more than used to it. And they're not feeling the pressure yet. They're going to start to lean towards B. And right now, it's still just low HP Dupree responsible for this entire bomb site. Magisk and Apex are a long way away. And so if Vitality even want to retake this round, Dupree needs to go 1-for-1 at a bare minimum.
Yeah, he's got a great angle. They don't have a nade to clear it. No molly, no HE. It's just contact, and he's crouched. The latest contact he can supply, but he uncrouches, and 2 are ready for him. Buster finds the shot. 3-on-2, default plant, and still with the open abs. This is where Jane wants to be. He can cover Catwalk right now, but this is not a round that Vitality will consider going for. They're going to give it up. Outsiders, like you said, there needed to be a 1-for-1 there on the B-bomb side to even tempt Vitality in. And with them so far away, they know Outsiders will be set up before they're even there. So this is a round for Outsiders finally. A late conversion back on B. A couple of nice shots in there for Buster as well.
It's kind of weird, but like James is very much this player where the more confident you're feeling against his team, the better he gets.
Yeah.
It's a super like conflicting, you know, message to send. But that round there, you know, it started so good for Vitality, and it only starts to spiral once ZywOo kind of goes one step too far in going for those mid kills. And it's like you pointed out in the moment, you can't blame him. He's 12-4. He's hit every single shot that's been required, and he's trying to keep that dominance up, right? To keep that kind of suffocating power of his AWP in play. And it's that decision to go back into mid a second time that gives James the kill.
Yeah, not just there, but you know, Apex, he was fine in this round, but a couple of the previous, he was, you know, pushing out mid in 5v4s, giving picks away. The double B upper push should have been fine. Vitality going 1-for-1, but yeah, Dupree just needed more on that B bomb site. And Outsiders now go back into one of these slow, painful defaults yet again, where Vitality are getting begged to be aggressive. Ooh, Buster, yeah, last second spread has to leave. And scared of close A positions. Magisk has been under Balk many a round, but this time con side. Outsiders at minute 20 going to be regrouping back in the B apartments. Might just be this cat split. Yakinda's out middle. Flick will join him. Plenty of players capable of finding opening kills in this Outsiders roster on the T side. They can be very lethal. This is a bit of an early pump into B, trying to get Vitality's utility out. They're not committing off of this smoke and flash combo. Vitality have almost nothing to throw. One molly for Dupree, and he's still holding it, knowing this is not the commit, not this early, but eventually. 45 seconds now. With that smoke down, with Vitality losing mid-info, it all starts to become clear.
I mean, you say it starts to become clear. This is like one of the big Outsiders problems, though, is it's like, what's the intent behind these smokes? This time it is to get up the catwalk, but so often they're nothing more than a ruse. So here's the B play. Dupree responds, and even turns around, dealing with Yakindar up the short side. Masuta cannot pick an angle, and so will get punished eventually. A 3-on-3 ensues, and this time Vitality, they're at least here, they're at least in position. There's a late apartments lurk out of Apex. Rest of the guys in market, they hold for now. They're going to wait for Apex to get deeper. And ZywOo's even spamming the apartments. Starting to give this signal. Yeah, we don't know what's happening in apps, guys. In reality, they do, and Apex is moving in. Jame with a quick flick rids us of Magisk, and they even deal with the apartments, man. ZywOo's got to get out of there. Got to try save this AWP. Outsiders in with the third round. They win it on the back of that mid to B split.
Yeah, Vitality did everything they could there to set that up for Apex, but unfortunately, it's just time at the end of the day. It's so long before even one player moves out market. The Outsiders read it really, really well. not going to fall for the late flank.
And dude, like, being real, you know, like we kind of talked about the util that was used earlier in the round from outsiders. It was very deceptive in nature. They like threw that early B exec with the market window smoke going in, and then they throw util that's sometimes used to, you know, take that con control, play around the smoke. For guys like Flit and Yakindar, they both like doing that, where they play through the con smoke and head out towards stairs or jungle, and that actually kept 3 players for Vitality over at the A bomb site. Yeah. So it's already like a nice bit of misdirection out of outsiders, and this is very much their path back in.
Oh, just behind the boxes. Thank God it wasn't on top. Magiski's now trapped. He has to fight for his life, but the flash is perfect. dupreeh was trying to help him. This is something that we have seen a lot from Vitality in that Fours game as well on Mirage, where it was dupreeh and Magisk pushing top mid every round on CT side, just taking space with rifles, but there was only one gun there, and it's already gone in no man's land, out of the trenches. ZywOo's now got the only weaponry in this round. No one's even considering going for it. Yakinda's barely moved off his spot. Eventually might regroup with his team. Vitality, this is a great round to make a gamble. And they're heavily leaning B right now. That's including ZywOo's orb. Be amazing to have it back in CT ticket, but without that fact, this is a free A-bomb site. Only one man here. Apex, he's got to hit some bangers with the Deagle, but these smokes might just completely cut him off.
Yeah, he's going to have to do it with the Deeg, isn't he? And, you know, we've seen some Apex Deeg moments here on Mirage. We definitely have, but this one...
He's going for the gun.
This one's too far gone already. Yeah, going to go grab that A1S from middle. Yakindar temporarily gave up this area, but now as he goes back in, he's just going to strip one from the ranks of Vitality, and that should seal the deal on a save here. Now it definitely has. ZywOo's just going to look to get out of there with the AWP, and so outsiders, they come into this round up against an AWP, an A1S, and a 4-sport Vitality, and they shut it all down, even removing the AWP at the final hurdle.
Dude, Yakinda's a ballerina. That round, he run boosts over Magisk and somehow survives, and then he just jumps up cat past the ZywOo orb, somehow missing that shot, and denies the save. That's the most important kill of the round, getting the heavy weaponry out of Vitality, getting their point man removed. He's still got money to rebuy. It's coming back again, but, you know, outsiders know more than anyone else the value of saving an AWP and keeping that money for the late game. Pause coming out of Vitality. This was a 6-1 off of those 4 spy wars that they somehow won out in round 3 and went on a 5-round streak. Outsiders have already dispelled it. You just can't count these guys out when they're down.
Oh, over on the A stream, Heroic versus Spirit. Off to a good start for the Danes. Heroic 9-2 up right now, so that's pretty sick.
My Heroic 3-0 pick is feeling pretty safe right now.
Yeah, it's looking good, isn't it? But, mate, you know, one of the things that's kind of cool about this outsider squad, one of the things that, you know, fans of this team really can get behind is they're so tricky. You kind of can't go to the standard ebbs and flows of a CS game when it comes to countering this team, right? We always talk about conditioning, and the beauty of outsiders is they don't need to condition in an individual map because you already know how the rounds are going to go long ahead of time, and it doesn't make it any easier to deal with them.
That's a massive opener. It's a fast B split. Finally, a pace change, and they've already lost the first man up. Catwalk, dupreeh's doubled up. Late lurk, 4 Flit, finds 2, but Masuta dropped Buster out of the apartments before this CAC player came in. He's offered up a chance for Vitality. Apex on a far faster apps flank this time around. Still really far away as Magisk sitting back on triple. He's going to have to run that rotate. Apex will have to just make early contact, and Flit, he's currently waiting for that uncrouched. Beautiful headshot. Jame in the middle of the bomb site with the AWP, and nothing given to ZywOo. Even a team flash for Magisk, not helping this speed of the retake. Jame hits a headshot, and this round is as good as done. Doesn't even get the AWP. Oh no. Didn't want to go back into the danger zone.
No, I mean, James is very, very proficient at not just keeping his own money in check, but making sure yours is in a bad way. And so Magisk doesn't want to test the waters again, going back to get that AWP.
Yeah, just a really awkward round for Magisk, right? From the super late rotation out of B after they saw a double cat lurk and a double apps pop. Like, you're waiting for one lurker on A. That's what Magisk is waiting for, or looking for you know, the cat player to go back to middle. And then he's full wide ZywOo, and then he doesn't save the AWP. Like, it probably couldn't have gone worse for Magisk in that round. And I love the pace change. This is something we saw more at the RMR as well for Outsiders, right? They go from, these really painfully slow defaults where you don't want to use your util. We see how long Dupree's been holding his molly on B, and then suddenly 130, and they're jumping out of apps and double splitting Cat, and you're just caught either with nades in hand or with nades in your back pocket, never getting used. And this is the conditioning that Outsiders seem to still be evolving with, seem to still be catching teams off guard with, throwing 1 or 2 rounds in a half where they just run you down and you're not ready for it.
Yeah, and in a matchup like this where they're already kind of doing what they're known for, they're pulling this comeback after a dire start and, still managing to make it competitive regardless. I think you need to be a very composed team. And I think, one of Vitality's kind of problems that they've been very open about is the idea of like meshing these styles together, being on the same page, how sometimes there are just kind of fundamental differences in how they would like to play a situation. I think it's going to be a big test for a guy like Apex to keep himself composed and keep the rest of Vitality composed in moments like this. So now they set up for a bit of an A play on the side of Outsiders. That is a dink out of ZywOo's Deagle. Nothing to write home about yet. He's going to need frags with it. Apex here to help him on the stairs side. Already Buster's opened up with a double. Magis coming through with this saved A1S. Damage has been done, but still not a single kill found for Vitality. And Outsiders once more are just going to kind of ease off the gas for a moment now. They know that Vitality are going to be scrambling players around the map, and they've still got a whole minute left to play with, so they're going to wait and see what that reaction is before they decide when to recommit.
Yeah, I love this call out of Outsiders. Sometimes in these positions, they like to send roamers into another bomb site, try and get that info. If they die, the other 4 just hit the A site, but they have so little map control. They're just watching their T-spawn flank, and like you said, just delaying so Vitality get in their heads. But, it's impressive Vitality have held on here. Not only have they further pushed into the bomb site, but all 3 players are still in position. We just have so much entry capability for this Outsiders team. Buster's done his work, the double entry. Flitz coming out with one of his own. It just stops him from CT, but James with his AK picked up and kick it to close. It's perfect. It's all Outsiders ever wanted. But yeah, to talk about that entry capability, obviously it's what Yakinda's most known for, but as Flit has gotten more comfortable in his roles on these T sides, he's certainly looked like a guy who can do that. We've already seen the impact he's had coming up cat late and working late mid control. But then sometimes when you see Outsiders, especially towards B on this map, start around Jame, and Buster and Kickit will, or usually Kickit will just be like a bodyguard to Jame and working towards B apps. You can see this AWP find openers as well, and this is for an AWP player who we know as a clutcher, as a closer. There's just so many pieces of the puzzle that can be used on this T side to find 5-on-4s.
Yeah, Buster loves these Palace lurks. Always a man for it. That's why, that kind of double kill in the last round doesn't immediately scream the A play either. He's often the guy responsible for just lurking this side of the map. So, the alarm bells don't go off the moment Buster gets a kill. You kind of go, okay, that's where we expected to find him, and that's where he is.
Now Magis just popped Palace, but Buster also stepped. So that info is twofold. Outsiders don't seem to care. They know Magiski's close. He's likely under balcony, they're saying. He is on top this time, but maybe they can get this clear off. He's getting aggressive after Buster's Molotov. He's trapped in front of it now. Oh dear, dinked up. Ramp player's coming out. He is caught, nowhere to go, looking lost and confused. Apex spams a smoke to keep things even, but Buster wiggles and jiggles an entry to Dupree. Outsiders 4-on-3, and Util is cutting Vitality out. Apex stubborn, doesn't want to convince, and does go through over the smoke. Flitz found him, and ZywOo's been forced to save. The guy who started this map off looking unbelievable has had 4 rounds in a row with no impact.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it all stems from that one peak all those rounds ago at 6-1, right? He gets the opener, does ZywOo, goes back to double dip middle, and then gets caught by Jame. And it's that's the Jame effect for you. Right now in the back of your mind, you're going, okay, he's going to be holding for me. I can't keep going for these aggro re-swings.
Don't you dare.
They're trying to take him down after, in the save again, and they're running at him now. bomb's gone off. They're on a bit of a timer, and Masuta should have just saved his life.
Oh, no, he peaked!
That re-swing! Why, Zywoo? Why? Punished again for another late swing. If he just hit for one more millisecond, bro, that would have been the AWP into this round.
When the kill feed's coming into the next round in Spawn, that's when you know you've been robbed.
Oh, man.
That's twice now Yakinda's done that.
Dude, and if Zywoo kind of wasn't already getting in his head, that one could be the one that sends him there.
Absolutely. Because he feels like he just wants a fight, man. He just wants a 1v1. He hasn't had them in these last 4 or 5 rounds. So that is just horrendous. That is worst case scenario for Vitality.
In his head as well, he's probably thinking like, man, these guys are ready for everything. Like, because he shouldn't have swung there. It goes against all the kind of laws of Counter-Strike. But that was meant to be the genius of it, right? It was meant to be, oh, there's a millisecond left. I'll just get one, duck out, celebrate next round about my little frag.
Such a quick counter-strafe from Yakinda. Like, you know, you said it yourself. This guy doesn't need to sell himself more, but he still is, man. His mechanics are otherworldly, and now he's going to farm ecos. You've earned them, Yakinda. Enjoy peeking early with nades out. There's the boost. Can he spray? Down he goes, but Masuta uses that one rifle for a kill. Vitality have nothing to lose here. They're buying up last anyway. They can throw themselves in, especially with what Masuta's giving them.
Yeah, they're exploding out through this short smoke, right? There's 3 of them grouped here, and they want to try go through it. What? Jane, that didn't connect. Uh-oh, that's a little bit weird. Now it's starting to fall apart. Kickout's all the way in the market, late wrapping, but they're on the bomb. They don't have a kit. He is going to get here, maybe with some sort of timing.
No way.
Would have to go out the window, and that's just not going to happen. This round sails by. And so Outsiders, their 6-round streak is brought to a close, finally, and so much of it coming from Masuta on the short side with that one A1S.
That is insanity. I don't know how he does it. This is the late peak from Zywoo. The millisecond death just eviscerated. Ragdoll doesn't even fall, Harry. He's already gone. But a nice retake for Masuta, man. That came out of absolutely nowhere. Big D from Apex jumping out of market window, clearing E-Box, and all the pieces came together there for Vitality. Not a team that often overfaces and post-plants for Outsiders, but they kind of constricted there. Yakinda's been hit early by the AWP. Maybe this is the way in. Maybe Vitality can bite back at the end of the half, and 8 would be fine. It would be decent on the CT side of Mirage. The one map, actually, if we look at from the Challenger stage alone, that's actually 50-50 in rounds CT and T. We've had a lot of maps coming through very CT-sided, like Vertigo and Nuke. Not even as much Ancient. Dust 2's more CT-sided. But Mirage, right down the middle, and that's where Zywoo is, finding that opener.
Oh, but Yakinda there to trade, and once again, man, Zywoo's trying to get stuck in, tries to go play for even more glory in top mid, and he's silenced. 4v4 now. Flit trying to get up Con. And I mean, middle is so scary with Yakinda and Flit in the same team.
Nade down.
Oh, the nade pull for Apex. That mental timer of Yakinda getting to Con is thrown off by the fact it's Flit making contact out of lower. And Buster, late lurk out of Palace. As mentioned, man, it's tried, it's tested for this guy, and he's turned the advantage back to the Outsiders. A 3v2 as they start to move in. Masuta still anchoring B, because you're never certain when you're up against this squad as to whether or not it is this play till that bomb's gone down, and now it's going to dawn on Vitality.
Oh, he's on the angle. Yeah, bye-bye. Kicker gets that from afar. He found that from ramp, in fact. It wasn't Yakinda who was close triple, but he's ready to close instead. Masuta tries to clear it and crouch below. It's a no-scope for the end of the half. That is Outsiders 8-7 from a 6-1 down scoreline. They eviscerate Vitality. What an incredible game we're getting right now. And this one has to feel frustrating again. Zywoo, 5-on-4, re-aggros, gets dropped. Poor Apex, who, like you said, wasn't considering that the AWP that he just seen picked up by Yakinda was ever going to move towards him. He takes one jiggle, and in that jiggle, his opponent is on the corner. Nice closing AWP kills for Outsiders. And this is poised very well for the CIS squad. Those odds have flipped.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the nature of the beast, man. That's how she goes when you're up against this Outsiders squad. No start means anything when they're the ones who can finish strong. It's a bit of a kind of A-side retake setup almost, but there isn't like a kit, so it's just like this double CT peek out of Kicker and Jame. This does kind of put a bit of a pressure on this CT side. They need to hold and get one, and Kicker and Flit will deliver.
How's two do?
Yeah, not really. You know, Flit wasn't really the guy in the runnings for it. He was smoked off at stairs, but catches them over the top of that jungle smoke. And so this gets very, very awkward now. Vitality, that smoke's really off the mark. There is a huge gap in it. It was just throwing out a necessity to try and make something of this round entirely on the fly. And it's all starting to fall apart. Dupree and Magisk.
Look at Flit. Just sits in the fade. Outsiders are flexing their muscles right now. They're feeling it. It's all coming together. This pistol is good, and it's done. Magisk dead at the back of the site. 3 from Flit, and that CT setup is perfect. We wondered, no kit, Harry, that could be a problem. Well, not if the bomb never makes it into the site. Very scary for Vitality. Very concerning. But not the team you want to be facing 0-1 down either, right? As much as we thought maybe, you know, the reality check v Nip would warm them up, bump them up, maybe like phase later. But yeah, Outsiders, a team that can you can never get comfortable against. This is not a squad that many expected to make a run at this major, given everything surrounding them and the prospect of roster changes confirmed regardless of results. But in this form, a team that made top 8 last time, hey, they could do it again.
Yeah, I like, you know, Vitality going for this existed style pause, you know, just kind of waiting around, having a discussion about how they want to play it with the rifles next.
When in Belgium.
Exactly, it is the time and the place. Kin now wants to try and farm some of these. The little rumbles will offset his crosshair a lot, and so he gets churned up. Now, you're hoping the rest of these rifles just reel it in, and they will. Flit from Con with that double up has made it a real rough round, but it was never meant to get too exciting. So they will just spam him out. For Vitality, they put a lot of energy into talking about this round that's coming down the pipeline now. If they don't hit the ground running here, Outsiders might be the one making out like a bandit here and going for one hell of a turnaround. I know you've said it already, but from 6-1 down, they're now up in the lead at 10-7.
I say it again, Harry, just give it a couple more rounds. It gets even tastier the further this scoreline gets out of control. Full rifles, no AWP. James got his though, fast into middle. This AWP sat back on the A side and steals that kill right away from kicking on ramp. Magisk dead first, no teammate to trade. There's still mid defaulting, trying to come out from under is Apex. Looking for some vengeance after how that first half went towards this exact position. Yakinda deletes Dupree. And he's ready for an underplay as well. The Molly's going to force a decision out of Apex, forward or back. He's somehow hidden in the crack between the wall and the fire. Popcorn smoke so we can try and fight Yakinda, but this guy's already changed position, gone up into the ladder. Has good info out under and even hungrier for a kill to Con if Apex crosses it. Is he ready for the angle? Doesn't look like it. Kick it now back at CT, jumping and spotting the scene too.
He's going to go swinging out now. That's a good turn out of Masuta.
Wait, what?
Wait.
His molly under. He jumped into his molly under.
Okay.
It was still going.
This could get a little weird now. It could get a little odd in the 3v2. Masuta's even taken deep CT. There's 2 players coming his way. Flashed in. It's a good flashbang. They're both blind. And a lot of damage out of Masuta. And the info that both these remaining players were coming from the CT side. Now, ZywOo out inside a ramp is good for that first. Jame, the man left to beat. And it was Jame who sent ZywOo into the Mind Palace in the first place. Well, now from Triple, ZywOo knows that James made it across, made it into the site, feeling the pressure, and James will deliver, just consistently countering this AWP star of Vitality and getting that defuse with milliseconds to spare. James bests him again.
Nice try for Vitality, man. That was a 2-on-5, man. Certainly assisted by Yakinda. I think it was an HE that he threw mid and then he jumped into it too early. Unless he had another Molotov, I don't know. But after... Oh, it was full damage.
Just full damage.
Full damage. Yakinda, my man. Not the smoothest way to go out, but his team do him justice. James locks in the clutch against ZywOo. That pressure of crossing to default as well. ZywOo had to move. If James sticks that, he wins as well. So it's kind of lose-lose for ZywOo unless he wins that immediate gunfight. Yeah, I can't explain Yakinda away. I didn't think he was that low, but hey, gravity hits, man. It hurts.
Playing versus James like this, it must just be so frustrating. Like, for someone who, even in moments like that, you know, he plays it like so safe in the sense of, I think a lot of players might have tried to rush that fight a little bit quicker or maybe committed to a defuse, but he's so comfortable like playing within the remits of that clock on the very edge. And for someone who kind of does take such a passive approach, it's amazing how suffocating he feels.
Oh, I love the pace out of Magisk. Look how deep he's gotten in just the opening seconds with that window smoke. James wanted to fight, but he's been relegated now to market, trading positions with Flit. Just spotted, he used his spot last time, and now he's trapped, he's dropped off. Magisk doesn't know. He could have heard the drop, though. The smoke will give it away if Yakinda cuts himself off, but it's a Molotov instead to force repositions. He's still got to worry about the top and middle. If they double face, they could easily take fights here, but right now just getting wallbanged by the scout. Going to try and dive out, hit that timing, hit that golden zone where Yakinda can survive. He's been hit low, though. Maybe he takes the AWP from Jamie, is near him, but Yakinda, not a necessity to run that AW yet. Buster re-aggressing, and right now this is the one position where only the Deagle is watching. Masuta from chair flits in and out like a light, and Buster's ready to set this round on fire.
They've seen him now, though. They're going to swing him together. That's a very convincing scout shot out of Apex. And with so much damage done to Flit and Yakinda, this is still a weird spot to be in. Yakinda's not playing like he's low, though. He's pushed all the way through the apartments. It's going to leave him in the back line as this B play comes in. Flit, the other man with low HP, is also here. Now, you would love Flit to be, like, drawing them in. But it doesn't matter. Yakinda's still going to find his impact. With Flit so low, they don't risk it. He goes swinging a little bit later on the tap out of that bomb. It's only Apex left. Onto the AK.
Wow.
And Flit runs at him, runs him down, and puts 12 on the board for Outsiders.
I love the trading of contact there. Yeah, you said it yourself. Like, it would have been great for Flit to show something, but they were on his angle. If he peeks market, he dies. He just lets Yakinda with the most surprising position in the round play. Then he swings out, stops ZywOo off the plant. And that's when you expect Yakinda to get back involved, but it's Flit to close. Outsiders don't always let you guess right. Sometimes they catch you by surprise. 12-7. An empty T-half right now for Vitality, but another full buy. One that's left Magisk with only a Mac. But ZywOo's got his orb. He's going to take it palace bound, looking for deep picks. Might find Yakinda towards jungle if he hangs around, but it's only kicking on Balk at the moment.
Yeah, one and done is all right. You know, it's given time for the rest of the gang to get into position. A missed shot out of James. They will make it to Tetris, but they don't make it any further than that. The molly might have gone in, but it's still the kill for James AWP.
You know, compare just these halves, right? Like Vitality, when they were CT, they were never assured to rotate. They were never comfortable leaving their bomb sites. Right now, Vitality, Outsiders, had 5 players on A in the first few seconds. In front of that smoke for Yakinda, absolutely robs ZywOo. Set up by James, and ZywOo falls right for it. Magiska's upgraded. He dropped his Mac at the back, so they don't know he's here, but he's made steps. And that should start to call rotations over. Look at this bomb, man. He's even mollied himself. Magisk Tutor has been a little shaky this map so far. It's going to delay him. Time, not a problem yet, but it will soon be. 40 seconds crossing back under. So scared of a repeat, but it's Yakinda who's his first concern.
Yeah, well dodged the AWP shot. Magisk going to go back in, tries the best in, but James has got Yakinda's back through and through. Outsiders chaining these rounds together to open up this second half. And Vitality, they're running on borrowed time right now. If it keeps going like this, Outsiders will have had their way with them and made it look easy.
Yeah, on fire now. And yeah, Vitality have had no way to fake Outsiders out, mainly because we've not had these like slow down 4v4s, 3v3s where they can mid-round, and that's like where Apex can do some of his best work. That's not really been allowed. These rounds have been super decisive, super one-sided. And Vitality have always committed as a unit, which is great if you're getting those entries and you're trading, but right now, nothing's screaming that. Util coming through, Vitality being loud about it, running over the bomb site. Masuta chasing this CT player, could find this kill, but Kickett stops him.
Yeah, just going to fall back, play a lot more passive. Yeah, you'll give them a little nook, a little cranny over towards CT, but flashing back in for Kicker is nice. AK retrieved now in the hands of Magis, right? He's dealt with one of these CT players, but there's a lot more left to come from. The nades have whittled him down low. They know they've got him trapped. He's doing everything he can to fight for this CT control, but ultimately the flash wrecks him. ZywOo, a big rotate into middle, but Yakindar's holding for this. He hears the footsteps, he knows what's happening, and so ZywOo's been cancelled out. Apex dead. And Outsiders quickly regain control over that round. It just looks so composed. It's like they're one step ahead of Vitality before Vitality even know what they're doing next.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing the entire round to wait for that flank, and they don't even know it's coming. Like, they have no idea until Yakinda hears ZywOo in mid finally. But the whole time, he is holding that back flank while Outsiders just try and take CT control back. The first position they give up and completely give away, and they just constant cycle nades and flashes to retake triple control. It's so clean right now for Outsiders. If the T side wasn't a masterclass in recovery arcs, this CT side has just been everything they need and more. Final timeout called for Vitality here. But is there any hope? Is there any coming back when Outsiders are looking like this?
I mean, dude, I think this game as well is just showcasing how when Flit moved into this team over Sanji, you know, for the last major cycle, why it really was just such a flat upgrade. It's given so many more options to Outsiders. You know, before, Yakindar used to be the guy that would be let off the leash a little bit and allowed to break free from James' slow kind of system. But Flit very much fits into that category as well. And so you're always looking over your shoulder, worrying that one of these two guys is getting a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
This round.
It feels like we haven't had like the downside of like, oh no, what are they going to do? How are they going to fund James Orp? It feels like he still has it just as much.
Yeah, I think if anything, you know, maybe it's the reason you see James attempt like less crazy clutches now, because he is just reliant on himself. He doesn't have bank account Sanji to throw it over, right? So maybe for him individually, it's not been so hot, but man, he still carries a lot of impact, and it's just kind of refined his like passive style even further.
Yeah. All right. Vitality got given mid this round, and they've done a lot with it. They've got ladder, they've got connector. This is, so far, all the makings to a good start to a round, but Yakindar wants to push up and get involved on that smoke fade. It will be soon. Flit's holding for Dupree. He's kind of trapped right now, although Flit's just moved away. Yakinda's in the smoke fade. Oh, he doesn't see him, but Dupree saves the round. Opening kill, but there's the instant trade for Buster. You don't get long to relax. Kicker coming in from lower Apex delivers a death the way of Outsiders. And finally, Vitality are 4-on-3 up.
Yeah, good place to be in, right? Good place to find themselves. Now they've just got to deliver on the round. Masuta with a double opener. Oh, and even looking for Buster on the catwalk. He's in a 1v3. They're already overrunning this bomb site, and there's ZywOo with the close. That is like one of the only positives that ZywOo's had. Like, he's finally put an end to a round. He's had all these chances, all these moments where like it could have been him rising to the occasion, and he started his series off incredibly. He was like 12-3 at one point in time.
Now 16-16.
Yeah, so you know it had been a real slowdown, but you finally just get that kill that puts a round on the board, that ends it, that puts 8 up there for Vitality, and you're hoping that, you know, you can get a little bit more out of him. We saw how good it was looking with how lights out he was early on.
Oh, yeah. I was waiting for it. The molly and window completely ruins Vitality's smoke, so Yakinda just gets a 5-on-4 this time. No ifs or buts. No awkward trades. Yakinda even wants to go back for more. Incessant to take advantage. Vitality go cold in middle with 3 players. They could boost window. That would be a way in. It's only Flip right now, but he's just moved back into position. Dupree's playing on the lip. Flit will see him if he stays on this other side of window. This fade is coming through. Both players ready. Who hits it? It's Flit first. Finds that conversion spray. Yakinda pushing up. All the eyes are on window, and Flit's taken two with him. ZywOo can't hit the shot, and it's all Magisk. Lurked late out of A, ready for a 15th round from outsiders.
Dude, it's beautiful, man, and that's that Flit Yakinda like duo that we just highlighted a couple of rounds ago. You know, early on when Flit joined this team, some folks were kind of worried because there was a bit of role overlap between him and Yakinda. Yeah. But in this game right now, you're seeing how beautiful it can look. Right, they're on the same page. They're synergized. They're just trading these peaks in middle, and it's entirely off limits to Vitality.
What a game, man. What a game. And this has been on a pretty good map for Vitality, one that they, you know, have started to streak wins together on after a shaky beginning with this roster, with some of these players getting acclimatized. But yeah, this has been a MTT side. One round is all Vitality can rest their head on. An A pop, a nice explosion. Outsiders playing full retake, no one in the site. They're going to have to fight for it in the post plant. Or maybe they don't wait. Maybe they don't give any respect over. Through the smoke on both ways. Kicker goes through, but he can't convert the spray. 90 damage on two players. Yakinda's here to finish the job.
And he's still hanging around. Hasn't elected to go back. Oh, a second kill offers itself up to Yakinda. And now Vitality fighting through the CT smoke. Masuta dead. Dupree versus Flit. Low on health, but he spammed out. Flit was not meant to win that one. And he does. Never even sees him. But it was never a worry. A huge round out of Flit and Yakinda to find 16 for the outsiders. And they now find themselves 1-1. For Vitality, it's all setting in. 0-2 in the Legend stage. They're going to have to try and recover in the BO3.
Apex looks devastated, man. This is not a good spot to be in for Vitality, right? They performed the opposite way, Harry, coming through that last stage of Challengers 3-0. They were looking incredible, right?